I'm Tessa Smith with Mama's Geeky. Thank you, Matt, so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Nice to meet you, Tessa.
Nice to meet you. So I was talking to Josh and Donovan earlier, and I told them that as a massive Blues Clues fan, this movie was kind of like Spider-Man No Way Home,
Yeah,
exciting for me to get
yep.
all of the hosts together, or the Blues friends together, I should say. So how did it feel like working with all three of them together?
It was really surreal, in the moments where they all come together in the film and even shooting the separate segments, it was very surreal and it was nice to realize that, I was part of something that was so much bigger than, a lot of anything I've ever been a part of in the past, mainly because so many different age ranges grew up with these guys, and these guys taught them so much and inspired them so much and told them you can do anything you want to do. So every introduction of each character, every moment they're together, we just wanted it to be like when you saw Spider-Verse in the theaters and people were throwing their popcorn in the air. Like, we wanted that same effect because it's a pretty big deal that they're all back. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I grew up on Blues Clues, and then my brother is actually 11 years younger than me. So then he watched the next generation of Blues Clues, and now my daughters are watching this Blues Clues and you. And so it absolutely had that effect. It's been a prominent thing in my life. So this was very exciting. But for you, I'd love to know what made you want to be a part of this incredible, iconic franchise.
oh, I mean, they had me at musical. I've been doing music videos for about 15 years now, and I've obviously always wanted to jump into feature. And I would love to do musicals till the day I die. I just love that it's this genre where you can break so many rules and be so fantastical. And I've always been a fan of surrealism and fantasy. And so the freedom, the creative freedom that Nickelodeon gave me was just great. It was such a blessing. I mean, it's not often a director can have a lot of creative freedom. A lot of times there's so many cooks in the kitchen, but even just collaborating with Angela and Tracy, the creators of Blue's Clues, we were just allowed to have fun. It was like playing on the playground, and going to New York and figuring out how the musicals are going to be integrated into the geography of the city, and just creating the music itself. I love musicals. I always have, and I think they're such a entertaining bonding experience for the whole family to enjoy. So it was really fun to make a musical in New York City with animated characters too, which was a big challenge. So
Yeah, why don't you talk about that? The challenge of, having to leave space for these characters.
yeah, it was huge. I mean, we had a lot of different measurements that we had to take and different props and stand-ins that we used and figuring out the eye lines and if Mr. Salt says something over here and then Blue reacts over here and making sure those eye lines are on. There was a lot of science and math behind figuring all that out, but it was a fun challenge, and the actors did such a good job just believing and really making it so these animated characters were really there. And with the final product, I mean, they're really there. They're in New York City, so.
What do you hope that families take away from this? Because I think it's not just kids who are going to be watching this. It's definitely going to be families as a whole.
Yeah, I think the most exciting thing for me, and it kind of happens early on. Josh takes the chance and leaves his comfort zone to chase his dreams, and I would like parents to be able to reiterate that with their kids as they watch it, and for kids that to be the big takeaway that sometimes to chase your dreams you have to leave your little bubble and go out there and be true to yourself, and also listen to the wise people around you, because the advice that Josh gets from all the fun cameos in the film, it's really good advice. So that would be the takeaway I'd want kids and their families to have. Yeah.
Awesome. And then real quick, just speaking of the cameos, is there like someone that you were super excited that you got to come in as be a part of this?
I mean, Alex Winter, being such a Lost Boys and Bill and Ted fan, and he's been in so many great films, and he's an incredible documentarian right now as well. So he's still just making beautiful cinema, and big fan of his for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, me too. I was very excited to see him. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Great to meet you, Tessa. Thank you so
Great
much.
to meet you. Thank you. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.